first and foremost, I mean, it is hard to make a living from music. I would be lying if I was saying otherwise. And it's not only hard, it's not, it's not a 24/7 struggle in the sense that your life sucks, It's hard because you're your own boss and you have to keep yourself going. You have to keep yourself motivated. I mean, if it was easy, I'm sure everyone in the world would be doing it. But I mean, easy and hard is not always, in my opinion, what should determine what you do. It should be a question of, um, how passionate you are about it and how important what you do is to your life. I decided very early on. I quit school, I quit my education, and my parents hated me for it. But I was telling them at the time, I really sincerely want to do this because it's something that makes me happy and it's something that I'm very passionate about. And I feel, they understood it after a while. um, I do think it's easier for DJs than bands to make a living off music, just purely because a band needs to, there's a lot more moving parts, bands need to bring, different instrumentalists. They need to bring a ton of equipment. Whereas as a DJ, I mean, my way of performing my music currently as a DJ is literally just, bringing a USB stick, plugging it in, and, a backpack on my back and through the airport. I can travel alone, and it means that for DJs the profit margin is higher, which means that you can do shows for, less money than the big bands. And when you can do shows for less money than the big bands, you can also do more shows. And I feel like that's why DJs worldwide are seeing such a surge. It doesn't mean that the DJ is making less money than the bands. Sometimes often they're actually making more money, simply because there's only one person to pay. But the costs associated are just way smaller. That said, I would like to sort of get into a bit more of a live element to it, but it's always, I do think, music is not an easy, it's not an easy choice for anyone, and it definitely wasn't for me in the beginning either. But you got to go with what your heart tells you to do.